Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this channel and thank you for being part of us and part of the growth we're making here. If you're watching for the first time, take a second or two, subscribe to our channel so that whenever we do such things or such political analysis, you're always first notified. So straight into our top stories today, I want us to look into the story that was making headlines last week, where President Ruto made a visit to his predecessor, President Uhuru Kenyatta, at Izi Chaweri home in Gatundu. Remember that both leaders came out to say that they had met and they discussed matters of national interest, matters to do with IBC, economy, and other things that are of the common good of the country. But you know, when such a meeting happens, a lot of people come out to give analysis and say there are those close politicians to these leaders, and sometimes they come out and say they indeed think that was discussed and what the intention of that meeting was. And I'm here today to give you what has come out, and it's being said that President Ruto had first requested Uhuru Kenyatta to make that meeting happen at State House here in Nairobi, but President Ruto, President Uhuru Kenyatta refused and insisted that that meeting was going to happen at Gatundu at his original home. Later, it happened that uh, Ruto came back to him and said, okay, if you have refused us to hold it in State House, let's do it at your home here in Nairobi. Remember that former President Uhuru Kenyatta has an home here in Nairobi, and that meeting was requested to be held there. But what Uhuru Kenyatta still insisted that no, this meeting should happen at Gatundu. And as you know, it could look, I think it was an honor for Uhuru Kenyatta to say, okay, come home, so that it can be said that it's Ruto who went to see President Uhuru Kenyatta. If it could have been that it's Uhuru Kenyatta going to State House, I think it could not sound very reasonable with a lot of Kenyans, and the intentions could not come out very clearly. I think it was a good thought from former President Uhuru Kenyatta. Okay, you are the one, I'm a former president, you are the one who is coming to visit me, come and see me at my home at Gatundu Chaweri. So, but into the depth of what was discussed, during that visit, it said that, remember that Ruto went there, he never went with the vehicles that go with sirens like the president's gone. It was a siren going there, and it said that he came out with a number of goats which were in a lorry. Then they were received by President Uhuru Kenyatta, and then they went into the discussions of that meeting. And further details show that there were things that were discussed in cooperation of the broad-based government. If you remember very well, after the cabinet that was formed by William Samoei Ruto after 2022 win, after being dissolved, and the first time President Ruto led the ministers, he read about, were they 10? If I am not wrong, there were 10. And another list of ministers, he said he could read it later, as he was waiting for Azmio, the other part, to provide a list for who was going to be nominated in the cabinet. And there were those speculation that there was that discussion. Some positions were going to Kalonzo, some positions were going to Uhuru Kenyatta. And that's why there was that delay. But later, it's as if Uhuru Kenyatta figured out, Kalonzo figured out, that's Azmio and that's Azmio, Wipe, and Jubilee. They figured out and decided to reject that offer. So in this meeting, it's being discussed that there was an agreement that, or there was a discussion of incorporation of Uhuru allies into cabinet. If you have seen, if you're in social media, you could have seen a lot of speculations about Uhuru's brother, Muhoho Kenyatta, being incorporated into the cabinet. And we have the likes of KAGWE. I don't know what about Matiang'i. Matiang'i has ambitions to run for president, but is a close ally to Uhuru Kenyatta. They worked with Uhuru Kenyatta very well during the times when Ruto was facing challenges with the administration, it's Matiang'i who was conducting those functions that were made for deputy president at that time. So it's something that has come out that there was that discussion, and another discussion. It seems that uh, there was a 2027 strategic discussion. Maybe eh, as, even if it's too early to discuss 2027, there was that strategic discussion that, okay, you will support me in 2027, and maybe I can get, you can help me get a few votes from the Mount Kenya region. Remember that after the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua, nomination of Kindiki, still the ground eh, has not really swifted as maybe they thought. And that move to reach Uhuru Kenyatta maybe was a thought or an act of trying to sway him to come to their side in 2027 and support Uhuru Kenyatta, Ruto, and try to get some even 10%, 20%, 30% as things will be at that time from the Mount Kenya region, which I don't think, which it's being said that maybe uh, it was left like without a lot of talk about it. But as time goes by, we'll be seeing how things will be unfolding with these people, the Uhuru allies, being incorporated in cabinet, and who is going to be suspended, or who is going to be removed from cabinet, or what's going to happen to enable these people who are related to Uhuru Kenyatta to get into cabinet. But remember, as we stand today, there is that one position that is still vacant, the position that was occupied by Kindiki, that is now being acted by Musalia Mudavadi, the position of Interior Cabinet Secretary. And maybe this position is going to be given to Uhuru Kenyatta. Who knows? Maybe that was the discussion. And uh, I think that strategic move was a strategic move to ensure that, okay, if you have Raila Odinga on your table, you have Uhuru Kenyatta on your table, then the pressure from the country reduces, and it will effectively allow President Ruto to get to 2027 without any fears. Remember that after the protest that came after the financial bill, they were so big and as unexpected that nothing can be left to chance. So you have to incorporate these leaders in this broad-based government to ensure that you survive effectively to 2027, to ensure that the policies that the government is bringing. Remember that the government right now is bringing the SHA as they brought the SHA that is being contested by a lot of people about its effectiveness. There is this animal vaccine, a lot of people talking about it, and there are a lot of things that are going on in government. You have to bring these people to the table so that when these things happen, there are these people, when they're in government, it will be easy for the nation to accept, because these are the people who will go back to their strongholds and tell the people, okay, this thing is good in this way and this way. And by doing so, you are reducing the position. Remember, right now, you cannot have ODM opposing the SHA. You cannot have ODM opposing the animal vaccine. You cannot have ODM opposing the uh, higher education funding model that was brought by government. You cannot have the Azimio coalition, part of it. Remember that there is the wiper side. Part of the Azimio coalition uh, opposing things that are happening in government that are really challenges to Kenyans. So that was our top stories today. Another story is that yesterday there was a football tournament that was aired in Citizen TV. If you were close television yesterday at about 4:30 to 6 there was a football tournament that was aired on Citizen TV that was being conducted in Machakos County, that was organized by the governor Wavinya Ndeti. So during a halftime of that football tournament, their Wavinya Ndeti made the statements and was talking to the fans there and telling them, oh, this tournament has come this way. What a governor can say, we are promoting talent. And later invited Kalonzo Musyoka to make a speech. When Kalonzo Musyoka stood, I can tell you the entire stadium went uh, very viral shouting chants that Ruto must go. And the DJ was there, and with that mix of the Kasongo comedy song that you have heard, and it made the stadium to go very loud. Even Kalonzo himself could not be allowed, could not have that easy time to address them because those people were shouting, Ruto must go chants. But remember that it shows how strong Kalonzo Musyoka is in the Ukambani region. He controls those people very well, and he has controlled them for a very long time. A thing that has made him viable in the political area. And if he's controlling that Ukambani votes, and he is going to get a coalition that comes with another block, then he is going to be very relevant in the coalitions that will be formed in 2027. And I think Kalonzo is one person that William Samoei Ruto must do anything possible to reach to. He has reached to Raila Odinga, he has reached to Uhuru Kenyatta, he's reached to a lot of MPs, but Kalonzo Musyoka is one man that you need on the table. If you control the Ukambani voting bloc, then you control the country, you control the politics of 2027. Ukambani people are the people who have supported Raila for a very long time. Kalonzo has deputized Raila, I think, 2 times. And is a person, even in the last election, he was supporting the Raila Odinga coalition. If you reach Kalonzo and bring him on the table on your side, then 2027 Ruto becomes very strong amidst the coalitions that will be formed at that time. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, those are our top stories today. Uh, when we get more stories, I'll bring it to you. But remember that if you're watching for the first time, and if politics is something you like, this is where you'll be getting political analysis and political happenings in our country. But and as obvious, remember to take a second or two, subscribe to our channel, like this video, and even share to a colleague if you feel that he needs or she needs to watch. And also, you can comment in the comment section and tell me what do you think about these happenings, about the Chawel journey. Will Uhuru Kenyatta help William Samoei Ruto survive to 2027? And if so, he survives to 2027 amidst the pressure that is coming from the country. Will he help him again win a second term presidency in the 2027 election? And what do you think about the chances that were made in Machakos Stadium? A whole stadium shouting, Ruto must go. And that really shows how Kenyans feel. What's your opinion? And you can tell me that in the comment section. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, have a nice weekend and a nice day.